literally at the beginning. Alright, let's try that again. Hey, what up y'all? It's your girl Arisa Yvonne and I am back at it with another video for you guys. So, in today's video, I thought that I would bring you guys my summer 2020 makeup favorites. As you all know, fall is fastly approaching, but before we get all the way into fall, your girl thought that I would bring you guys everything that I was loving over the summer. Even though Rona tried to cancel us, we were able to still, you know, make do and picked up a few items or whatever for the collection. So if you are interested in seeing what your girl loved for summer 2020, then just keep on watching. Alright guys, so I don't want to make this video too long, so I'm just going to kind of run through the products that are my favorites. I'm not really going to go into prices and all of that, but I will have all of the products linked down in the post below. And if you have any questions about the products, or if you wish for me to do a dedicated product review on any of the products that I'm talking about, just leave me a comment under this post and I will try to do that for you. We will try to make that happen. So I don't want to make this video too long, like I said, so we're just going to dive right in. I'm going to go in the order of which I would apply my makeup, and like I said, I'm going to try to speed through this. Alright, so first things first, I have two primers that I loved over the summer. I have the Farsali Skintune Blur Primer, and I also have the Smashbox Vitamin Glow. I love the Farsali for smoothing out the skin. It really does smooth the skin out and gives you a really nice canvas to apply your foundation. And then I love the Smashbox Vitamin Glow because it does exactly what it says, and it just gives your skin a really nice and healthy glow. And your girl's all here for the glow, okay? Alright, let's move on to foundation. So, if you have recently asked me for a foundation recommendation, I likely recommended the Anastasia Beverly Hills Luminous Foundation. I have mine in the shade 470C. I love this foundation. I have normal to dry skin, and this is a luminous foundation, so it gives my skin like a healthy glow. Again, it gives me like a dew. And I really like that it looks like skin, but it does have a lot of coverage. So it, you know, covers any of my like blemishes or any of my hyperpigmentation, but it still isn't too like heavy. It's still like it feels soft on the skin. Like it doesn't feel like it's like I don't feel it on my face, if you know what I'm saying. But recently, y'all, and I say recently, I mean like June, July-ish, I picked up the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, and that is what I'm wearing in this video today. And you guys, this foundation right here, it's pricey, but sis, let's just, hold on. Let's just pause and take a moment of silence for this foundation. Do y'all see what I'm saying? Like, I just love the coverage that this gives as well. I love the finish that this gives, and I think that this is one of my best like color matches when it comes to foundation. I just love it. Again, it's pricey. I mean, she gonna cost you a pretty penny, sis, but it's well worth it. Moving on to a color corrector, and I just started doing color correcting more recently because I have some areas of like hyperpigmentation that I found were peeking through some of my foundations. So I picked up the Dior Forever Skin Corrector, and I have mine in the shade 5N, and it's pretty much like a reddish colored concealer that I can use kind of like around my mouth area and like on my cheeks where I have some hyperpigmentation, and I just kind of apply that on, blend it out before I go in with my foundation. And I find that it's really been helping to keep this area from like having that shadow from my hyperpigmentation. Next up, let's go into concealers. Okay, so I have two here. I have the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Concealer, and I actually tried this before I tried the foundation. Shout out to Too Much Mouth. I think she used this in one of her videos, and when I saw how flawless that concealer looked on her, whew, I think I ordered it like literally that night. So this is like hands down my favorite concealer. That's what I'm wearing under my eyes today. But when I do want to try something different, you know, and I want to dibble and dabble in my collection, I do reach for my Hourglass Vanish concealer, and I have mine in the shade Umber, and this is also a really good concealer. I think that it's a little bit more heavy duty than the Luminous Silk. It gives you a little bit more coverage, but I love both of the formulas and I recommend both of them. Moving on to setting powder, I could not do this video and not mention the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Setting Powder in the shade Translucent Medium. It's like a yellowy shaded powder, and it just looks really good under the eyes. But more recently, I would say over the last like month or two, I've been using the Anastasia Beverly Hills Loose Setting Powder in the shade Deep Peach. That's what I'm wearing under my eyes today, and I think it's even a better color match than the Too Faced. And I have been using the Too Faced for like years. I love the way that this blends out under my eye. It's not too cakey and it doesn't dry out my under eye. So, A+ from me. I also use the Charlotte Tilbury. This is the Airbrush Flawless Finish setting powder. And this is in the shade number 3. And then I use this right on top of the Anastasia powder, and it literally does what it says it's going to do. It kind of gives you that airbrush flawless finish under your eye. So I use the shade number 3 for that. To set my face, I use the MAC Mineralize Skin Finish in the shade Dark Deep. Y'all already know, if you an OG follower of mine, I stand for this powder. Like, I mean, I don't think I use a lot of MAC products, but this stays in the rotation. Like, I've probably had like 3, 4, 5, 6 of these, honestly, because I just love it that much. It's my personal favorite, hands down, setting powder. But recently, Charlotte Tilbury came out with a darker shade of the Airbrush Flawless finishing powder. And so I did pick up the shade number 4, which I think number 4 is now considered deep. And the shade that I showed you all that I use under my eye, number 3, is now, I think, tan or something. I don't know. But they're not the same color. And I use this one to set all over my face, right on top of the MAC powder. And look at me, y'all. Flawless. Just like the powder said I was going to be. And that's why it's one of my favorites. Okay? Alright. Let's move on to contour. So for contour, I have 2 of the Uoma Beauty double take sticks. I have one in the shade Brown Sugar and one in the shade Bronze Venus. Brown Sugar I ended up picking up second, and I picked it up because I wanted something darker than the Bronze Venus. Bronze Venus is more like a bronzer on me, but it is beautiful as a bronzer. And so I ended up picking up Brown Sugar to use as an actual contour. And I just love these. They're black owned, honey. It's a black owned, woman owned business. And I really, really do love these for sculpting out the face. Moving on to bronzer. Y'all know they done dropped like 7,000 bronzers over the summer, despite the fact that we all sit in the house and can't go nowhere. Anyway, I picked up the Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out Cream Bronzer in the shade Teddy, number 5. I know a lot of people, my complexion, picked up the shade Chocolate and found that it was more like a contour. If you had that issue, I highly recommend the shade Teddy because it does give you that warmth that you're looking for your skin, for a bronzer to do. I get that from this. So definitely recommend this product right here. And then right over top of that, I have been using and loving the Charlotte Tilbury Airbrush Bronzers. I have 2 shades. I have the shade 3 and the shade 4. I'm wearing the shade 3. Actually, I think I mixed them today, but this is the shade 3. And I did use that, like I said, to bronze. And then I also have the shade 4. And it's a little bit deeper, a little bit darker, a little bit richer. And I think it has a little bit more red in it. I love both of them. I'm happy that I picked up both of them, even though it is a pretty expensive, I almost drew this next product, even though it is a pretty expensive bronzer. And I absolutely could not leave out my Mented and ABF Season 1 bronzer. This is the Mented and Ashley Blaine Featherson Season 1 bronzer. I stand for this bronzer. It was limited edition. It is no longer available, but Mented does have some permanent bronzers in their as a part of their collection now. I just personally stand for this one. I do have one of their permanent collection bronzers, and maybe I'll do a bronzer video for y'all. If you want to see a bronzer video, let me know, and I can shoot that for you guys. But yes, I could not, ooh, I might be blinding you guys, and I apologize if I am. I could not leave this out. It is definitely a fave. Moving on to blush. I have this Alamar blush trio. And it's in the shade Dark Rich. And I'll be honest, you guys, I tried to look this up just to see if they still had it, and I did not see it on their website. But it comes with 3 shades. You have Deserted, Oasis, and Candela. I really love the Candela shade. It's like a nudie, like a brownish, reddish kind of brick color. And then I love Deserted. And Deserted is what I have on my cheeks today. Again, I don't know if next up, I have this blush by NARS. I love the formula of NARS blushes. So I'm showing you the shade Orgasm X. But I just love their formula, period. I have a few other shades by them, and they're pigmented, and they just look really good on deeper complexions. If you've ever tried the shade Orgasm and you're like my complexion and you were like, what the hell? Like, it doesn't even show up. Try Orgasm X. It's a little bit deeper, and so it shows up better on our, you know, our melanin. You know what I mean? Next up for blush, I have this Fenty Beauty Cheeks Out blush in the shade Rose Latte, and it really reminds me of the darkest shade in the Alamar Cosmetics, but in a cream version. It is just, it's like a beautiful, like bricky brown reddish color. And it's just, it looks really good on the skin. It's gorgeous. It's gorgeous. All right, moving on to highlighter. So, I have the MAC Times Tiana Taylor collab highlighter, and it is in the shade House of Petunia. I picked this up when she launched her collection with MAC, so I don't know if it's still available on MAC's website, but you can definitely try Macy's website. I know they usually sell MAC on Macy's.com. So definitely, if you are looking for a new highlighter, this one is the one that I'm wearing today. And I think she's a #1 stunner. Well, what? I bet y'all kids don't even know what that is. If you a grown ass adult out there and you will know what song I was just singing, the #1 stunner, the #1 stunner, comment down below. Anyways, I love this highlighter. It's a beautiful, like, golden bronzy shade. I'll go ahead and swatch it. Let's see. That's what it looks like. Super pigmented. Obviously, I don't apply it that way on the cheeks, but I really do like this highlighter. And honestly, when I started using it, I just couldn't put it down. I just couldn't quit you. I just couldn't quit her, honey. Tiana girl. Her collection was bad. If you want to see the items that I picked up from her collection, and for me to do like a review or whatever, maybe I'll check first to see if you can still pick the items up on Macy's.com. And if you can, sis, I got you. Because her collection was bomb, for real. Next up, I have this Becca highlighter. This one is in the shade Chocolate Geode. But I honestly own like 10 or 15 of these Becca highlighters, y'all. It's one of my favorite. Honestly, it may be my favorite highlighter formulas. And I think I just got into the habit of like collecting them. And so I just have like a gazillion of them. Again, if you want to see a highlighter collection, my Becca highlighter collection, it's extensive. Just let me know and I can do that for y'all. Alright, so let's get into these brows. Y'all know I love me some brows. So I know this is super new. This is the Anastasia Beverly Hills brow pen. I have mine in the shade dark brown. But I got on the brow pen bandwagon. I picked up the Glossier Brow Flick first, and then I picked up the Lime Crime Bushy Brow. But child, when I picked up this Anastasia, y'all. Okay, hold on. That could have been a travesty. Don't be acting all silly, girl. You ain't got all the money in the world to be replacing your items like these damn YouTubers. Anyways, this brow pen right here, it is everything. It's what I used in my brows today. I use this like towards the front of my brows because it's more like feathery and light. And then I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Perfect Brow Pencil in dark brown to like do the tails of my brows. And child, my brows ain't never been more alike, aligned, on the same page, like they're related, like, and they're bushy, but not too much. It's just like the perfect brow for me. So yes, the Anastasia brow pen and the Anastasia Perfect Brow Pencil, not that Brow Wiz that be breaking off and it costs you like $40 and every time you do a brush stroke, the brow pencil's breaking. No, get you the damn Perfect Brow Pencil. You sharpen it, it's bomb. I think it's a little bit more waxier and it just, to me, makes your brows look a little bit more, what is that? Makes your brows look a little bit more natural. So, alright, over top of that, I have been using my, either my Milk Kush Fiber Brow Gel or the Anastasia Dip Brow Gel. I like both of them. They cost about the same and they pretty much work the same or perform the same. So I like both of them, and that's what I like to use to kind of get my brows to stand up. And then I go right over top of that with my Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. And this is just like a clear brow gel, but that really helps them to stay up and like keeps your brows on all day, sis. They ain't going nowhere. They ain't going nowhere. All right, moving on, I have two brown eyeliners. I have been using and loving brown eyeliners on my like lash line and in my waterline because I think they just look a little bit better than like the harsh black. I don't know if it's because I'm getting older or it, you know, maybe it just always looked like that, but it's a little too harsh when I do the black eyeliner. So I've been using the Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade Demolition and the Pat McGrath Permagel Ultra Glide Eye Pencil in the shade Black Coffee. You don't have to pick up these per se. Just a dark brown liner is kind of what I was trying to bring attention to. Give it a try. Let me know if you like it. Alright, moving on to mascara. I have two favorites here. I have the Giorgio Armani Eyes to Kill. You guys, I picked this up, like I had it in a sample when I placed like a Sephora order, I don't know, at the beginning of the summer. And when I tell you I went on Sephora's website and purchased this mascara before I even ran out of the sample, like literally the same day that I used the mascara, I purchased the full size. I have little baby lashes, honey, little struggle lashes, and this just brings my little lashes to life, honey. Like, yes. And when I pair it with this Pat McGrath Labs Dark Star mascara, this is a volumizing mascara, and then the Giorgio Armani is a lengthening, and then you put them two together and whoo, your little baby lashes just be coming to life. You got baby lashes, give it a try. Say that I sent you. Say that I sent you. Don't front me. Alright, last but not least. No, we're not last but not least yet, you guys. But really quick, I wanted to show you guys my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer Water. I use this to kind of get rid of the overall powdery look of my skin, like once you finished all of your makeup. And then to set everything and like to lock it in place, I use the Smashbox Photo Finish Setting Spray. Love. Highly recommend. Alright, last but not least. Now, we're going to get into lips really quick. So I have two lip liners. I have the ColourPop Makeup Shayla BFF4 lip liner and the KKW Nude 3 lip liner. Both of them are good. They're both a chocolate brown. I think the KKW is a little bit deeper, and that's what I'm wearing on my lips today. But this one is just as effective, and it's cheaper. So, there I said it. Lippies, I have these two lipsticks from Lime Crime, and you knew your girl was going to show up with a nude lip. So I have Buffy, and then I have Cashmere, and that is what I have underneath my lip gloss today. I put Buffy on first, and then I layer Cashmere on top, and it gives you like the perfect little pout. And then when I put on this Fenty Beauty Gloss Bomb, this is my hands down favorite lip gloss formula. Literally hands down favorite lip gloss formula. It's like the best. I put the Fenty Glow right on top of it and boom. What y'all said? Did a broke bitch say something? Oh, I'm just kidding. Okay. Calm down, girl. Calm down. Oh, oh. My little earring tried to play me. I think that is it. So that is everything. That is all of my summer 2020 makeup favorites. Are any of the products that your girl talked about some of your favorites? If they are, let's chat it up down below. Did I skip out or miss out on anything that you loved over the summer? Let me know that down below, because I would be interested in trying it and perhaps giving you guys a video on it. Yeah, I think that's it for my summer favorites video. Thank you all so much for tuning in, and until next time, peace and love.